Welcome. In this episode, we're going to show you something a little unusual, but for many of you, it's going to be a common experience that you've gone through. This week, we've got Daniel, and he happens to be part of our production crew, but he's had some dental work. And who of us hasn't had some weird dental stuff where you're sitting there for hours, or at least an hour, with your mouth open and them doing whatever, pulling, sawing, drilling, and
you to open your mouth up even wider.
And yeah, open wider and turn more, and relax. So what I find with people is that then neck muscles, jaw muscles, everything gets off, and it's a fairly straightforward process to just let it all calm down and relax and recenter, and we're going to go through that today. My name is Cara Lindell. I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute and the Bridging Technique, which is what we're going to use to check and reset Daniel's neck and head muscles. Sounds complicated and like maybe a little scary, but trust me, it's going to be very gentle and very light, easy for him. So the bridging technique, by the way, is based off of my background as a systems engineer and a movement specialist. And we use that framework of how the body should move to figure out where the opportunity lies to help you feel better. And then it's a real gentle stretch-based reset to get muscle groups working together again. And then off you go. So you want to explain what they did? Like which side, was it up or lower? And where was your head stuck for how long?
It's in the chair. And you can actually, you probably see on the cameras that when I open my mouth, you can see the jaws. Right. And normally when you open your mouth, your jaw moves a little bit. But for me, on this side, it opens so that you can actually,
a lot.
If we have the camera on this ear, you can see my actual jawbone drop a lot farther on this side when I open it. So my jaw kind of opens like that to some degree.
So what were they doing? Were they on the lower and on the left? So your head was turned to the left for?
I don't really remember which way I was turned. I just know that my mouth was open and they were very unhappy that it wouldn't open further.
Okay.
And so for a while after, I had clicking when I would open my jaw, but that's gone away.
All right, well, let's see what we can do. So I'm just going to have you lay down, and we're just going to see where does your head move. The whole goal is to get everything recentered as much as possible. So we're going to let the muscles do the work and just the slight movement that's in your head and shoulders from breathing movement. We're going to let that do the actual reset for us.
I'm excited to see if I chew differently because I have a feeling that that's going to be affected by this.
Well, that we're not going to be watching.
That could be a follow-up, though.
Yeah. Okay, so lay down, head right here.
Okay.
And I am just scooping and supporting right underneath his head. And I want to see, to start with, which side does it tend to turn more towards. It actually just sort of falls to the left, and no helping. I am trying to turn it to the right. It does not go. So the way that the muscles are interacting in his head is skewing left. So for him to hold his head straight, which his eyes and ears are going to orient so that vision and hearing are centered, is going to actually stress some of the muscles in the neck and perhaps jaw. So we're going to position where he goes to naturally, which is there's a little skip through there. It doesn't go straight around. It does a little swivel in there. So I'm just going to hold to the side. And I'm going to hold on the jaw, kind of straddle the bones are called the mandible and maxilla. So right through that side and brace on the same area on the left side. And we're just going to hold and let the muscles, so basically I'm supporting the muscles so they have a little help. And already I feel them just sort of relaxing and shifting. And what's interesting is his jaw is shifting. And it's shifting around exactly the opposite of how you described that your jaw was off center.
And you're not putting really any, it's a very low amount, there's not really any pressure.
Yeah, I'm just holding. It's like, if you're having a down day and you just need a hug from somebody, that's all I'm doing. It's just kind of a medium hold, not super firm, but not also too light.
I felt something just after.
His jaw is shifting. It's a very interesting down and around. and then up. Oh, there, yay.
Yeah, I felt that move.
It just like felt like it slid back into place. So I'm just following where it goes. And then now his neck muscles are relaxing and recentered. It's kind of like two pieces. The one had to slide around the jaw, and then his head could recenter. So let's see where it moves now. So again, I'm just holding from underneath over to the left, and it cleanly rotates in a pure motion. And then, well, look at that.
That worked.
Wow. Okay. So even though your neck and jaw just can feel really tense and off center and just not right after dental procedures, they're actually pretty simple to put back and calm down by just holding. And is it tracking better?
It's not. It's still a little uneven, but it definitely feels different. It feels more balanced.
Okay, so one more thing. I'm just going to hold. I'm like using my little fingers to scoop around just the jaw itself, the jawline, and I'm just going to hold that and let it recenter itself. Those muscles knew how to work together, and interestingly, both sides sort of did a sweep up and around, and the right is changing more than the left. And there. Okay, see how that goes. May not be perfect, but it should be a lot better.
So I noticed usually two things. When I open my mouth like I am now, it's way more symmetrical. Like the bones are moving.
So they're stacked better.
Yeah. When I open all the way, wow, they are a lot more even.
Okay, so
it's still a little on this side, but it's way.
I just want to make sure that overall, because yeah, that moves pretty easily and pretty symmetrically. So come on up.
Okay. Let's see. Wow.
So,
yeah, no, just the way that I'm like moving my jaw, it's like I'm noticing that there's not a kind of a hinging motion. Just
it hinges like this instead of like all wonky.
It's like, okay, so the difference I feel is I always like feel right here to feel where my jaw's going. Well, okay, so one thing I'm noticing is this is still sliding forward, but it's not popping out like it used to. So it's better.
Yeah, so there may be a multi-step process, but
it feels weird to open my jaw like straight up and down. It's just different.
A new foreign new feeling.
Yeah.
So
I always feel like I notice like what I'm missing rather than what it's always so crazy.
So anyway, just a quick little example of something that you encounter, and the reason why that all gets off center is because you're usually held in a position, you're anxious and nervous to start with, so your nervous system is on high alert, and it just gets stuck. And so we just hold and let it calm down and get back to center, and then you're able to move better. And if you still have some swelling, that usually will go down as well because the circulation can get through there better.
My teeth even feel more aligned.
Yeah. You'll keep finding different things. So Daniel, thanks for letting us show that example. For those of you in the audience that are interested in learning more, we do teach workshops. And if you'd like to be a guest on a video, you have something equally interesting, love to have you. And if you'd like to just have a whole regular session, love to have you as well. We're located in the suburbs just north of Chicago. With that, give Daniel a big thumbs up for this episode.
It's amazing how well this works. It's like every time I come in, it's like, hey, can I grow an inch? Yeah, I got you covered.
Yeah. And hit subscribe so that you get more interesting episodes like this. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.